Hello, and welcome to the pilot episode of Ncourage Zinspiration. First off, allow me to apologize for reading off this piece of paper. I'm not quite that comfortable yet talking without any sort of script in front of me. Maybe with more practice and doing these kind of videos with a camera in front of me where I'm not really talking to anyone, I'll get more comfortable. But for now, I'm going to read off this piece of paper. So again, I apologize. I'm primarily making this pilot episode in order to send it off as an example to the people I'm inviting to be interviewed on this project. So if I've invited you to be a guest on this program and you've been waiting patiently for this sample episode, here it is. But also, I want to take advantage of this opportunity and be the first person to interview myself rather than giving that privilege to someone else. So, without any further introduction or delay, let's just jump right into what this project is all about. Alright. Nik Z, thanks for being a guest on this program of mine. Thanks for helping me out with this project I'm trying to get started. I've been a big fan of of a lot of your material for the last several years. I've been following you for quite a while.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I always like being invited to be a part of something, so I appreciate you having me on your show.
Big fan. Thanks again for coming on this program. My first question for you is why are you doing this? What motivated you to start this project?
Well, there's probably a number of things that motivated me to start doing this. Mainly, I need something to do. I just moved out to Texas, and I left pretty much everyone I knew back in California, and so I just need something to do, and this has kind of been a project I've been thinking about doing for a while.
Okay. What is your goal with this project? What do you hope to gain by conducting these interviews with these people?
What do I hope to gain out of these interviews? Oh, mainly, I always felt that at least when I was growing up, that I always wanted kind of that acknowledgement or that validation of my thoughts, ideas, or creativity. I mean, when you're in school, there's always some teachers or there's some friends that see that quality in you, and they'll give you some pat on the back or some encouragement, like, hey, I like this. You should keep doing that. And so what I'm trying to gain out of doing this is seeing someone else do something that I may not be able to do, or at least not have the courage yet to try myself. And so I kind of want to give them some acknowledgement, give them some validation, saying, hey, I like what you're doing. Keep doing that. Like, that's what I hope to gain out of this. Is just that sense of making other people feel good and encouraging other people to encourage people to feel good.
What inspired this idea? Did anyone encourage you?
There's a lot of successful and fictional people that inspired me to do this. I find a lot of my role models are either really quote unquote successful people, or they're just really idealistic imaginary characters that it would be nice if more people could embody those traits of those idealistic imaginary traits. So those factors inspired me. But if I had to think of real world examples, I guess just ordinary people that spoke up, that used their voice. I've been kind of noticing that about myself lately, that I don't have as much conviction about my thoughts and ideas as I did when I was younger. And I guess that kind of ties back into why I'm doing this, trying to encourage other people, keep expressing yourself, is because I've kind of lost that ability myself. Like I have no problem like pointing my finger and criticizing or complaining at the people now, but I don't have that thoughtfulness or that genuine, honest opinion about something, if that makes any sense. I've lost that genuine form of expression that I really liked about myself when I was younger. And so in a way, I'm trying to either kind of get that back or encourage others not to lose that part of themselves. But to go back to your question, like what encouraged me, I guess it was more of what didn't encourage me. I guess I got to a point where there wasn't much encouragement or validation or back patting or there just wasn't much encouragement. So the lack of that, I guess, is what kind of encouraged me to do this.
What type of encouragement and inspiration can viewers expect from this project?
Well, really, it just it's not a specific type of encouragement or inspiration. It's more of there being more of it. Well, like I said in my last answer, that I was in an environment, or I felt I was in a situation where I wasn't getting either enough of it or I wasn't getting any of it at all, and so all I'm really trying to do right now is put that out there. I'm trying to put more of it out there. I want to lift people up. I just want other people to feel like what they're doing has meaning. I mean, I know every time I have a conversation with someone, I think it's meaningful or I think it's thoughtful. There's always that thought in the back of my mind that maybe this person doesn't really care about this interaction or this exchange of ideas, and I kind of want to be that person that does that. The kind of person, like when I was, there are very few people when I was growing up that had that genuine, thoughtful way of saying, hey, I would rather put more of that energy, put more of that thoughtfulness out there, saying, hey, I like what you're doing, keep that up. Like that's really all. That's really all I'm trying to do. It's really all I'm trying to give. I don't know how else to answer that. It's whatever the viewer takes from it. I'm not gonna put a specific expectation on the viewers what they can expect to get from this. I'm gonna put what I put out there, and if people enjoy it, I hope they encourage and inspire others the way that the viewers or the guests I invite on my show encourage and inspire me. And I just kind of want that exchange of that way of communicating with other people, saying that just encouraging and inspiring, saying like you inspired me, keep doing that, or hey, I find you encouraging, and I'm gonna live up to your expectations of me. So I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry. What's your next question?
Are you doing this for success? Are you hoping to turn this into a career at some point, or are you just doing this for fun, or for some other reason?
Yeah, I'm mainly doing this for fun. Like I said, I just moved out here to Texas and don't know anyone. I'm in the process of selling a bunch of things, and I'm just trying to keep busy. One way I'm doing that is by putting a bunch of my hobbies together. I mean, I I like recording, I like taking photos, I like editing. So putting it all those things I enjoy doing into this one effort gives me the opportunity to exercise those hobbies, but at the same time I'm doing it the guests that I'm inviting, the people that I'm inviting, I'll have the opportunity to talk with them. It's kind of an interesting way of giving or writing a fan letter to someone, inviting them to be interviewed. Like, does that make any sense? Like, it's just an interesting way of communicating with other people, mainly that's why I'm doing it. I want the opportunity to talk to the people that I'm watching. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, or I browse on the internet a lot, and I see all these really cool creative things, and this is just a creative way of being able to reach out to those people and say, not only say I like what you're doing, keep doing it, but just to talk to them and ask them questions that they may not feel comfortable answering in like a letter, and writing it down, which seems odd. Like, that's a tangential thought for me to go off on right now, but I feel like if I were to ask them a question in the form of a video recording and ask them to respond in such a way, I feel like people are probably more comfortable doing that. It's a little more social than doing what they used to do in the old days. Sit at their table by candlelight and write letters. Dear sir or madam, like, I really like that you are doing this. May I ask why? Da da da. And just emails and text messages. That's probably not gonna. There's kind of a stigma behind that. But anyway, I'm rambling again. To answer your question, I'm doing this because I want to, and I have no egotistical or narcissistic expectations of where it will lead me. I'm just doing this for fun. Okay, well, before I ask any more questions, or before I proceed with my line of questioning, I'm just going to go ahead and show a sample of what it is exactly that you do. That way our audience gets a better idea of who you are, what you do, and they can see for themselves of the work you do, and see if that's something that interests them or not. So I'll just go ahead and roll the clip right now.
So now you have an idea of what it is that Nik here exactly does, or what his personality is like. And I'm going to go ahead and continue asking a few more questions, and that'll be the episode. So what type of guests are you going to invite to be on this program? I mean, how are you going to select which people that you want to appear on this channel or to be a guest in your episode?
Well, like I said, I'm on the internet a lot. I come across a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting individuals, and a lot of them I tend to follow frequently, or I'll check back up on them. I'm like, oh, like, how is this person doing? Like this, I hope they're doing more with their lives. I want to see what else they have to offer, and I mean, there's a lot of successful people I do that with, but I'm going to try and make this channel more focused on underrated, or at least what I perceive as underrated, that probably I wish got more exposure, or that I wish got more attention. And that's basically how I'll select my guests, is that if you mainly if you interest me, I'll send you an email, and ideally you'll be someone that is at a point where you would like more exposure, and I'm willing to give you more exposure by asking you to be on this program.
So Nik, we've already asked you a few questions of why you're doing this, or what motivated you to do this. I guess now people that you're probably sending this episode to are probably going to wonder, well, how is this going to work out if I agree to be a guest on this channel? What commitments are there? Like, what do I have to do? Could you possibly walk them through what it is they'll exactly be doing if they agree to come on your show?
Well, basically, I will contact the person that I find interesting. I will ideally send them an email letting them know that I've been paying attention to them, and that I find them interesting, encouraging, and inspiring, and that I'd like the opportunity to ask them these kind of questions, and put it together in a video format for other people to watch. If this video right now that you're watching will probably be included to give them a sample of what exactly they're getting into, and if it seems like something they're comfortable doing with, they'll hopefully reply saying, hey, sounds like an interesting thing. I'm willing to give it a shot. And what I would do then is basically what I'm doing right now is I've got a camera set up. I've written down some questions, and I proceed to talk to the camera as if I'm talking to the individual, and I ask the questions, and once I've gotten it down to a format that I feel comfortable sending off to them, I'll send those questions off in the video format. They'll ideally open the email, watch the video file that I've put together for them, the line of questions. The first video will be just the 5 questions. If you've been paying attention to this video so far, you might have noticed a wardrobe change. That's because I'm not doing all of this in one sitting. I'll send my first video file of ideally 5 questions to the person that's willing to be on this program. I'll send that first video file with the first 5 questions, as concise and as to the point as I feel comfortable sending to them. And then during their own free time, which is another reason why I'm doing it this way, during their own free time, like say they aren't feeling like doing what they normally do as part of the creative process, or maybe they're bored, they can come back to this video footage, listen to it, watch it, and respond to it in the same way that I'm doing right now. Basically, you can either get your Chromebook or laptop and with a webcam on it and record yourself answering these questions. Write them down if you want, just so you don't or actually, I'll probably include the questions in that'll probably be easier. I'll probably write the questions in the email rather than make it easier for you. And then or they can do what I'm doing. They've got a camera set up to a tripod right now, and they can sit in front of it and read off the questions and talk to the cameras if they're talking to me. Once they feel comfortable with how they've recorded themselves and how they want to respond to these questions, you can send that video footage back to me in an email, and then I'll look at it. I'll edit it together with the first few questions that I sent off, and then I'll ask another 5 questions. It's going to be a total of 10 questions. I'll ask another 5 questions. Some might be in response to some of the answers you gave back, or some might just be new questions that I want to ask off the top of my head. I'll send those back, and the person will, again, when they receive it during their own free time, at their own convenience, they can respond to it at their own leisure. And once I get it back, I'll take those 2 emails or video files they've sent to me, edit them together, put them together in an episode, send that episode back to them, make sure that they approve of it, make sure that I haven't distorted their character or their image in any way. And they can give me the go-ahead if they're cool with me, or if they're okay with me posting it on my channel, and that's basically the process. No commitments. It's only do it if you want to. Ideally, let me know that if you express in your initial response to me that you're interested in doing this, ideally I'd like you to at some point get it back to me at your earliest convenience. But it's not a mandatory thing. Like I'm not a fan of deadlines. Although deadlines help when you're trying to get something done. Like I've been procrastinating this video for a while now, and I finally got it going. But it's nicer to be able to do it at your own leisure. Well, that's certainly an interesting way to approach doing this project. What's your reasoning for doing this method of sending a video file of yourself, asking questions, and then having that person record themselves and send you a video file back? Why not just do a live webcam chat or something of a similar nature? Why something so abstract? That's another thing. Like when you watch interviews, there's some interviewers will try and ask questions to kind of catch the person they're interviewing off guard. And one nice thing about this method is that the person that is responding to these questions can take the time to thoughtfully consider their choice of words before responding. Okay, well, up until now I've been mainly asking all the questions, primarily because I asked to be a guest on the show, but this will be the part of the episode basically where I give you, the guest, an opportunity to ask me a question. It just seems kind of unfair to have me basically be the one probing you. So this is your opportunity to ask me a question that maybe you wouldn't ask me if you didn't have the opportunity. So go ahead and ask me that question. Do I have a question for you? I mean, technically, I've already been asking questions to myself, so I'll just try and make this an easy one. Think of an easy question. Do you have any regrets in life? That'll be my question to you. Is there anything in your life that you regret? I don't think so. I think that if I had the opportunity, I would like to go back and make different choices based on the knowledge and experience that I have now. However, I wouldn't have the knowledge and experience to make those informed decisions unless I had made those
original choices to begin with. So that's generally my perspective when people ask me if there's things that are like, do you wish you had done this? And it's like, I made this decision, I made this choice, I did this action, and it gave me the knowledge and experience that I have now, and I wouldn't have the knowledge and experience that I have now if I didn't make those choices. So no, I can't say that I regret having the knowledge or experience that I have right now. It's a cliche thing to say. It's made me who I am today. And I think why that saying is so popular is because if you regret choices or decisions you've made in the past, you're basically regretting who you are today. Do I regret who I am today? No. I think I could have be a better version of myself today if I had made different choices back then. I would have been able to speed up the process of becoming my ideal self, or the strongest version of myself. But I don't regret taking the harder route. I don't regret taking a more difficult path. I think any path, there's the saying, we all have different, there's many different paths to the top of the mountain, but the view is the same once you get there. So do I regret the path I'm on up my mountain trail? No. I'm appreciating the view while I'm going down it. I'm smelling the roses, and I don't want to run all the way back down the mountain just to take the easier path. I've made my choice, and I'm quite comfortable with where it's got me, and I look forward to where it will bring me. So now we've come to the final question in this interview, and it's primarily one of the reasons why I was interested in doing this kind of project in the first place, and that's this. If you had the opportunity to go back and talk to a younger version of yourself at any point in time, or if you had the opportunity to speak to someone directly out there watching YouTube right now who might be a very similar version of your younger self, what advice would you give them? What words of wisdom would you impart onto them? What lessons in life would you share with them that have made you who you are today, and will help them become who they want to be in life? What would you say to them? If I could say one thing to my younger self, or someone out there in the world that's similar to my younger self, I would say this: stop worrying about whether or not you're doing something the right way, or the correct way, or the best way, or the correct way, and just take that first step into doing it. I feel like growing up, a lot of things I've missed out on, or things that I wish I could have done differently, would have been to just try and do things. I feel like the culture and society I grew up in tends to discourage a lot of effort or a lot of actions, because they aren't the right actions, they aren't the correct way of doing things. And I've always been a kind of person who would rather experience something for myself or learn something for myself, and you're more likely to know something or
believe something or accept something as being true if you experience it for yourself. And if you're constantly taking other people's advice or going down a path that others have gone down, if you're constantly making decisions based on other people's decisions, then you aren't making your own decisions. And so that's why I would say don't worry about whether or not the decision or the choice is correct, right, or best. Just make a choice. Don't get caught up in worrying about the choice. Just, throughout your life, you're never gonna know what's gonna happen. You only know what's gonna happen when you do something. That's the only thing you can know for certain, is what you're going to do and how you're going to respond to an event or situation. You never know what the response of your choice is, but that's part of the fun. Part of the fun of making a choice is seeing what happens. I feel like a lot of people don't make choices because they're afraid of what will happen, and it's kind of another reason why I'm doing this project, because I don't know what's going to happen when I put this out there. It'll be kind of fun to see. Maybe I'll get a positive reaction. Maybe I'll get a negative reaction. But yeah, so my advice would be just to make choices, to do things, to try things, and not worry about whether or not it's going to be approved of or supported or don't worry about how other people are going to respond to your choice. You don't know how they're going to respond. You only know what you're going to do. And if you're still doubtful or skeptical about that way of looking at things, a piece of advice I would give to you is that you will be more comfortable making choices or trying things or doing something if it's based on something that you believe in or that you value. And you're more likely to believe in something or value something with more choices and more decisions and more actions that you do. That's where character and experience comes from. So it's kind of this weird situation where you can't get one thing without doing the other, and you can't get the other without doing the one thing. So you're putting one foot in front of the other. You just keep going, and that's basically the advice I would give, is just do something, try something, make choices, put one foot in front of the other. Don't worry about whether or not you're going in the right direction. As long as you're moving, you're not standing in one place. And that would be the advice that I give to someone out there that's able to relate to me right now.
Okay, well, Nick, thank you very much for taking the time to not only listen to the questions that I asked of you in these videos that I sent you, but thank you for taking the time to record some videos of yourself as well in answering those questions, and giving me the opportunity to edit them together and share this interview with people on YouTube. I appreciate all of the work and effort you do and the things that you are passionate about, and I hope that I can encourage you to keep doing them, because they inspire me personally, and I hope they inspire others. I sincerely wish you the very best in your future endeavors, and for any of you that are interested in looking at any more of Nick's work, or getting to know a little bit more about Nick, I've listed his some of either his website or his contact information, whatever information he's willing to give me, I've listed below in the description of this YouTube video. So if you're interested in learning more about him, check it out. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed asking questions and editing this interview together for you, the viewers. Again, thanks for watching.